वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। गणपति बप्पा मोरिया। गणेश भगवान की जय। हरि ओम गजाननं भूतगणाधिसेवितम् कपित्तजम्बूफलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम्। Please join me in Gita Dhyan. If you know the Gita Dhyan, if not, just focus your mind, close your eyes and focus your mind on Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayane Swayam Vyasena Ghatitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshini Bhagavati Mashtadhashaadhyayini Ambattvamanusandathami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshini Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Fularvindayat Patra Netre Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोतवेतैकपानये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृत दुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपाल नंदनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर भोक्ता दुग्धम गीतामृतम महत्। वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचानूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानंदं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोण तथा जयद्रथजला गंधारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोर मकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैर्नदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुलंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्दरुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर् गायन्ति यं सामगः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणं देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। बोले गजानंद स्वामी की जय। आदरणीय पूजनीय पंडितगण, प्रिय सज्जनों, प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, महानुभाव, आज हमारे परम सौभाग्य है कि 11 दिन गणेश जी को मनाने के बाद इनका विसर्जन करते हुए उस यज्ञ का समापन करने जा रहे हैं। और इसी अवसर पर भक्तों का प्रार्थना है, उनकी इच्छा है और उनके परंपरा के अनुसार गीता पाठ करने जा रहा है। Today we are very fortunate indeed to be at the Satya Anand Ashram, Dukhan, place in Aranguez, Trinidad and Tobago. After worshipping Ganesh Bhagwan for 11 days and performing his Visarjan last night, the devotees, according to their tradition and their desire, wanted to have Gita Paath to bring that yajna to an end. Today also is the beginning of Shraddh Pitri Paksh, where for 15 days special worship is given to the departed soul, our ancestors. Pitri means ancestor. Paksh means 15 days. Every Paksh is 15 days. So Pitri Paksh, 15 days worship, giving thanks and blessing and seeking the blessings of the Pitris. It's not a bad time as many people think. It's a very auspicious time. The time of Pitri Paksh is not an inauspicious time, but very auspicious time. During this time, of course, Shraddh is performed, seeking the blessings of the departed souls, trying to help the soul on its journey, as many times they're suffering so much in that journey, and also seeking the blessings of the Pitris and Bhagwan. This is why during Shraddh also Gita Paath is also done. The main deity worshipped is Bhagwan, the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So by doing Gita Paath and starting this period of Shraddh, Pitri Paksh, is also very auspicious. So two things are culminating together today. So indeed, this is indeed a great blessing to all of us who are here to observe this and to perform this ceremony and the closing of this yajna, as we bid farewell to Ganesh Bhagwan and ask him to come again. Of course, Ganesh Ji never leaves us. Bhagwan does not leave us. Not that we have taken him and put him in the ocean or the river and done the Visarjan of the Murti doesn't mean that that's the end of Bhagwan. Bhagwan is sitting in our heart. He's always with us. It's just a ceremony. As we have worshipped him for 11 days, 11 nights, and we bid farewell in that form of the Murti, seeking his blessings in that way. So, as we begin, as we are about to bring the closure of that yajna, and as the desired devotees will be doing the Gita Paath, we'll start with bhajan. Devotees who are able to see in the books, in the little Kirtan book, please turn to page bhajan number 4. Could be page 4, but bhajan number 4. This bhajan verily says, Tu hi tu hai, Mera Nandan Nandan, Hey Shri Krishna, Nanda Nandan is a name for Sri Krishna, son of Nanda Baba. Nanda Nandan is one of his titles. This is a name from Ved. So it's not just happened 5,000 years ago, but from beginningless time. Hey Nanda Nandan, hey Sri Krishna, you alone, you alone, you alone are mine. Or maybe to hai. Maybe I am also, I alone am not yours, as uncountable souls belong to you. So I am also yours, but you alone are mine. Every relation of the soul is only with Shri Krishna. We say in the prayer, Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhush cha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Tvameva, Tvam, Tu, Ev, He, to He, you alone. We are saying to Shri Krishna, O Lord, hey Shri Krishna, you alone are my mummy, you alone are my papa, you alone are my friend, my companion, you alone are my wealth, you alone are my knowledge, you alone are my everything. Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Alone meaning because I am the soul, the Atma. Every relation of the soul is only with Bhagwan. So we sing this bhajan as we begin the Gita Paath. Tu hi to hai mera nand nandan, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन. तू ही तो
मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन.
तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन. तू ही तो
है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन.
तू ही मेरा स्वामी नंद नंदन.
तू ही मेरा स्वामी नंद नंदन.
तू ही मेरा सखा नंद नंदन.
तू ही मेरा सखा नंद नंदन.
ओ तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन. तू ही तो है
मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन.
नासतो विद्यते भावो ना भावो विद्यते सतय, उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तस् त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः. तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन. तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन. तू ही मेरा सुत नंद नंदन. तू ही मेरा सुत नंद नंदन. तू ही मेरा पिय नंद नंदन.
तू ही मेरा पिय नंद नंदन.
अविनाशी तु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततं, विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति. ओ तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन. तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन. तू ही मेरी गति मति रति नंद नंदन. तू ही मेरी
गति मति रति नंद नंदन. तेरे सिवा मेरा कोई नहीं नंद नंदन, तेरे सिवा मेरा कोई नहीं नंद नंदन। अंतवंत इमे देवा नित्ययं योक्तः क्षरीणिनः, अनाशिनो प्राप में यस्य तस्माद्युध्यस्व भारत। तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन। तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो है तेरा नंद नंदन। तू ही मम माता पिता भ्राता नंद नंदन, तू ही मम माता पिता भ्राता नंद नंदन। तेरा ही कहा हुआ है यह नंद नंदन, तेरा ही कहा हुआ है यह नंद नंदन। य एनं वेति हंतारं यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम्, उभौ तौ न विजानीतो नाहं हन्ति न हन्यते। तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन। तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन। तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन। तू ही तो है मेरा नंद नंदन, मैं भी तो तेरा नंद नंदन। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। We begin today's discourse in the Gita Paath, chapter 2, Gita, verse 16. We need to differentiate what is real and what is not real. ये सत्य क्या है और असत्य क्या है? We suffer in this world. We have so much problems, stress, tension. The main cause is because we cannot differentiate between sat and asat, between real and unreal. Bhagavan Krishna says here, na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah, ubhayorapi drishtontas tvanayos tattvadarshibhi. Chapter 2 verse 16, Gita. Arjun, that which is real, जो सत्य है, that which is real, it cannot become non-existent. It cannot be destroyed. And that which is unreal, जो असत्य है, it can never come into existence. Basically, Shri Krishna is speaking here about the soul, Atma. Arjun, remember, the beginning of the Gita, the war is about to begin. Dharma kshetre, Kurukshetre. Everyone is gathered in that place called Kurukshetra. They've all blown the shank and the war is about to begin. Arjun says to Shri Krishna, please take the chariot in the middle of both of the army. Shri Krishna says, why? I want to see. Kya dekhna? I want to see who I'm going to fight with. Kisse yudh karenge? So Shri Krishna says, Are bhaiya Arjun, don't you know who you're going to fight with? Oh yeah, I know. But I want to see now. ठीक है. Okay, Shri Krishna took the chariot, placed it between the two armies in the middle. Seeing all in front of him, looking at the enemy, something happens to Arjun. Gandivam sansate hastat tyakchaiva paridahyate nachashaknume vasthatum brahmati vachame manah. Chapter 1 verse 30. Arjun looks at Sri Krishna and says, my bow, my Gandhi slips from my hand. My skin is burning with fire. My mind is full of confusion and I can't even stand steady. बस खड़े नहीं हो सकते. एवं उक्त्वार्जुनः संखे रथोपस्तविपा विशच्चम सचरम चापम शोक संविघ्न मानसः. Chapter 1 verse 47. And so saying these words, Arjun threw down the bow and arrow to the ground, sat down on the seat of the chariot and said, I'm not going to fight. मैं युद्ध नहीं करूंगा. First to begin, Shri Krishna said, Arjun, you are the one who came to me and asked to fight this battle. You asked for my help. That you're going to war because Duryodhan had refused to return what was rightfully yours. After banishment, Arjun, the Pandavas went to Duryodhan, the Kauravas, and said, please give us back what is rightfully ours. We have fulfilled the condition. Duryodhan said, I'm not going to give you that amount of land, even equal to the head of a pin. So decided that they will fight, they will have war. Both Duryodhan and Arjun also came for help. Shri Krishna said, look, two things. On one side, my entire army, with all the weapons, all the elephants, all the soldiers, thousands and thousands, with all the weapons, on one side. And on one side, me alone, Akela, Nishastra, no weapon. I'm not going to hold any weapon during the war. Arjun, you choose first. Arjun said, Krishna, I want you. It means Arjun knew who Krishna was. Why should he choose someone you're going to fight a war and he's not even going to hold a weapon? What, is going to cook some food for you? Duryodhana was very happy when he heard this condition. He was praying in his mind, please Arjun, choose Krishna. So Sri Krishna said, why don't you want to fight now? Arjun said, my Lord, my relatives, my teachers, my gurus, my relations, my friends, they're going to die in this war. Women will become widows, children will become bastards. This is a very bad action. For this I will go to hell. Please guide me. He asked Sri Krishna to guide him. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava prichhami tvam dharma samurha cheta yache yasya nishitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Chapter 2 verse 7 Gita. He's begging, hey Krishna, please guide me as to what I should do. For I am unable to decide on the right course of action due to the extreme bewilderment of my mind. I seek your guidance as your fully surrendered disciple. In other words, you are my guru. Tell me what to do. I am your shishya. Not only shishya, fully surrendered. Shri Krishna said, okay. So here now Shri Krishna is now trying to show Arjun, remove that ignorance. The soul can never become non-existent. It is the only real thing. That body that you think you're going to kill someone, that is unreal. In other words, non-lasting. It starts one day, it's going to finish. It has a beginning, it has an end. So, attain this knowledge. Avinashi tu tadvidhi yena sarvamidam tatam vinashamavyayasyasya na kaschit kartum arhati. There's something that pervades in this entire body we have. This body is a material thing. In the Ramayana, Bhagwan, in the Ramayana, Tulsidas Ji Maharaj tells us about this body we have. What constitutes this body?
क्षिति जल पावत गगन समीरा पंच रचित यह अधम शरीरा जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
Kshiti jala pavaka gagana samira. Kshiti means earth. Jal, water. Pavak, fire. Gagan, space. Samira, wind. Earth, water, fire, air and space. These are 5 elements. Panch Mahabhut. This body is made of 5 elements. It's material. It's perishable. But there's something that pervades in this body. It's called Jeev. Jivatma. Atma. Jeev. The word Jeev is important. The Sanskrit, the word Jeev means that which itself is conscious and it gives consciousness to that into which it enters. So when the soul is in this body, this material body, this matter, dirt, it becomes conscious. The body can do so much. We can see, we can hear, speak, fight, quarrel, so much things we can do. But when the soul leaves the body, that which gives consciousness to the body, everything is still there. Hand, feet, mouth, eye, everything. But can we do anything? No. Because that which is given consciousness, the soul has left. So, know that which pervades this entire body, know it to be indestructible, imperishable. It's called Atma. And it keeps removing.
आतर चारी लाख चौरासी योनि भ्रमत यह जीव अविनाशी जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
आकर 4,84,000 योनि भ्रमट यह जीव अविनाशी. Bhagavan Shri Ram in Uttarkand of the Ramayana is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, it's called Ram Gita. He said that the Jivatma, the soul, is avinashi, indestructible, imperishable. But it keeps rotating in 8.4 million forms of life according to its action. So, knowing that, this knowledge is so important. Antavanta ime deha nitya yukta sharirinaha anashino prameyasya tasmad yuddhasva bharat. Chapter 2 verse 18, Gita. Again Shri Krishna says, that which is residing in the body, this material body, this deha, antavanta ime deha, this deha has an end. It's going to finish. It has a beginning, it has an end, it's destructible. But the soul, which is residing and which gives consciousness in the body, is indestructible. Knowing that, therefore, knowing that, Arjun, yuddhasya bharata, O Arjun, O Bharat, fight the war. Knowing that the soul is indestructible, you cannot kill anyone. In the next line, he elaborates on this. He says in the next verse, chapter 2, verse 19, Ya enam beti hantaram, yaschainam manyate hatam, ubhav tau na vijanito, nayam hanti nahanyate. And so very beautifully, he says, ubhav tau na vijanita. Both of these people are ignorant. Ye dono murkha hai. Ubhav tau na vijanita. They don't know anything. Who's the two people? Enam beti hantaram. The one who thinks that the soul can be killed, can be destroyed. Enam beti hantaram. That the soul is indestructible. Countless places, uncountable places, in all the Vedas, Gita, Bhagavad, Ramayana, everywhere. The soul is indestructible. Ishvara ansha jiva avinashi, mean indestructible. Jiva avinashi, chetana amala sahaj shukrasi. Many places. So the one who thinks that the soul can be destroyed, he is ignorant. And who is the other one? Enam manyate hatam, who thinks I can kill the soul. One who thinks that the soul can be killed, can be destroyed. Sorry, the one who thinks the soul is capable of killing, that I can kill someone. Enam veti hantaram, that I can kill someone. I can kill that soul. That person is ignorant. And enam manyate hatam, that the soul can be killed. Both are ignorant. So knowing this, Arjun, that the soul cannot be killed, nor can the soul kill, you should fight the war. You should know this, and you should fight the war. Let's do a beautiful bhajan. Will help us a little bit in understanding. This beautiful bhajan says, Hey bhaiya, you know we come in this world alone, akela. No one comes with us. We come alone. And when we are leaving, do we take anyone with us? No, we have to leave alone also. We come alone, we have to leave alone. This world is a mela. It's a play for a few days. Dodin means a few days. We're only here for a few days, we're not here forever. Don't ever think that I will live forever. We're only here for a few days. The one whom you have done so much for, you have built a house, you have built mansion, you have done so much. Know that everyone is selfish. They think only about themselves. Know that everyone is selfish. Everyone is thinking about their own happiness. How much you have done, and then all you get is pain and suffering from that same person. Think about why you have come in this world. काहे को तू आया जग में? क्यों आया? Why we have come in this world? Think, सोचो. And what do we have to do? क्या तुझको करना? We should think deeply. नेकी कर्म कर ले. भैया, do नेकी कर्म, do good action. Because then you will get the fruits. Whatever you do. Avashyameva bhoktavyam kritam karma shubha shubham. You will have to bear the fruits of your good action as well as bad action. Don't blame anyone. Don't blame the neighbor. Don't blame anybody in the family. Don't blame. Whatever happens to us is a result of our own karma. We have to bear the fruits of our good actions as well as bad actions. We can't remember. We are very afraid of this world, bhaiya. पाप की अगन में खुद को काहे को ढकेला. Why you keep jumping yourself into that fire of pap, of sin? You're going to be burnt up by it. So what to do? Hari ki sharan tu ho. Take shelter. Go and surrender yourself to the lotus feet of Bhagwan Krishna. उनके शरण में जाओ and meditate on him. ध्यान लगाओ. Meditate on him. We don't know where we'll get this life again. जीवन मिले या फिर ये. When we'll get this wonderful opportunity? We have gotten it now. We don't know when we'll get it again. ये खेल है ये जगत का सारा. This whole world is a play. Is a play of whom? The Lord. It is His play. ये जिंदगी है प्यारे एक झूठा सपन. This world is like a dream, a false dream. Wake up from that dream. गैरों के दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना. And this world is like a big prison. You know, no one belongs to you. Realize that. सबके रहते हुए मैं हूँ अकेला. Even though you are living with everyone, realize that you are alone. But you cannot be alone. You should not be alone. Take shelter in the Lord, knowing Him to be your everything. We sing this beautiful bhajan. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. जिनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए, मतलब के यार सारे सभी है पराए. जिनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए, मतलब के यार सारे सभी है पराए. इन्हीं के लिए है कितना तूने दुख झेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. काहे को तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना. नेकी कर्म कर ले, दुनिया से डरना. काहे को तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना.
नेकी करम कर ले दुनिया से धरना।
पाप की अगन में खुद को काहे को धकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। हरि की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले, जीवन मिले ना फिर ये जीवन को पाल।
हरि की शरण तू जा, ध्यान लगा ले, जीवन मिले ना फिर ये जीवन को पाले।
खेल जगत का सारा उसी ने है खेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। ये जिंदगी है प्यारे एक झूठा सपना, गैरों की दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना।
ये जिंदगी है प्यारे एक झूठा सपना, गैरों की दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना।
सबके रहते हुए मैं हूँ अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। We're only here for a few days, devotees. Always realize, don't think I'm here forever. This is, no one knows. अगले क्षण का भरोसा नहीं है। Very great saint, Videhanini, says to the 9 Yogishwars in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Durlabho manusho deho dehinam kshanabhangurah tatrapi durlabham manye vaikuntha priyadarshanam. 11 Canto, 2nd chapter, 29 verse, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran. Videhanimi is saying to the 9 Yogishwars, first to begin, this body, this human body, is extremely difficult and rare to attain. The rarest and most difficult thing to attain, birth in the human form. But there's a problem. Durlabho manusho deho, but dehinam kshanabhanguraha. It is kshanabhangur, meaning transient, non-lasting. At which moment we can lose it, nobody knows. So, do not procrastinate. Don't keep saying, I will do, I will do, I will do. You know, we have this is a thing about human beings. We keep putting off. We keep procrastinating. I will worship Bhagwan. I will devote my life. I will do bhakti. I will worship Bhagwan, but not right now. I'm too busy right now. I have so much things to do, and we have no guarantee that we'll even live to see tomorrow. Do not do that. Again, Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjun, Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva भविता न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Chapter 2 verse 20 Gita. Very important verse. This is the philosophy of all the Vedas, Bhagavad, every scripture. The Jivatma, the individual soul who we are, that is what we are. We're not the body. This body is a material, as I told you, 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air and space. And that goes back. When you die, earth returns to earth, water to water, fire to fire, air to air, space to space. We, the soul, Jivatma, we move on. That soul never takes birth, nor does it die. Nor having come into existence, does it cease to be. Because it is unborn, eternal, and most ancient. It is not destroyed, even when the body is destroyed. Nahanyate hanyamane sharire. We go, sometimes people are so scared. When I die, please do not burn me. Once I remember someone told me, a Hindu, a young lady, Swamiji, please make sure that I do not burn me. I say, burn you? What do you mean you? They are burning your body. That's not you. It's sharir. This is 5 elements. You are the soul, Atma. No one can burn the soul. You see that ignorance? Because we identify with the body. We don't know who we are. And that's why we have this fear. And that's why we suffer. And that's why we have all this attachment. And it's the cause of all suffering. So knowing that, this is important. It's Vedas. Gyagyo dvavaja vishanisha vaja heka bhokti bhogyata yukta anantaschatma vishwarupo hyakarta tayam yada vindate brahma me tat. Shvetashvatara Upanishad chapter 1 verse 9. Veda saying, the Jivatma, the individual soul, just as Bhagwan, God is unborn, eternal, beginningless, so too the Jivatma, the individual soul, is unborn, eternal, beginningless, indestructible. Never had a beginning, will never have an end. Suparnavetau sadrishau sakhayau yadichhayaitau kritanidau cha vrikshe ekastayo khadati pippalan manyo niranno pibalena bhuyan. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 11 canto, 11 chapter, 6 verse. Same thing has been said. Both God, the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, and the individual soul, Jivatma, unborn, eternal, beginningless. Never had a beginning, will never have an end. This knowledge is very important. Again, he says, Veda vinashinai nityam yaena majam avyayam katham sapurusha partha kam ghatayati hantikam. So, the root cause, Arjun, listen, the root cause of all our suffering in this world is this agyan, this ignorance, not knowing who we are. Identifying with the body. ये जीव आकाशी है, नित्य है, अज है, अव्यय, unchangeable, is indestructible. All these words have been used to describe the soul, Jivatma. It is free from all forms of decay. It cannot be destroyed, it cannot be harmed in any way. So how can a person who knows that the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn, indecayable, how can he kill anyone or be killed by anyone? This is your ignorance. Understand. So what happens to the soul? Now he tells a very beautiful verse. These verses are very, very important in Gita. One of the most beautiful verse. Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naro parani tatha sharirani vihaya jirna nanyani yajnati nayani dehi. Chapter 2 verse 22 Gita. So Shri Krishna now is describing what happens to the soul. What happens to us? People ask, what happened to you when you die? What happens to the soul? So he says, just as a person takes out clothes that he has worn and discards them. Sometimes you wear the clothes one day only. I'm not going to wear this again. I don't like it. Or sometimes ladies, they go to the wedding or something with a nice sari. And everybody has seen me in the sari. I'm not going to wear this again. A man also. And discards it or puts it away. And sometimes we wear the clothes until it gets really old. I have a habit like that. I would wear my clothes and wear my clothes and wear them. They will get holes and they will... Nowadays it become a style also. I have asked people, what happened? Why do you wear clothes so old? That pants is destroyed. Are Swamiji, what do you know? This is a style. The pants almost is not a pants. Almost you can see the whole person's body. But it's a style. Anyhow, this is a style. It's fine. So I used to like to wear, you know, the clothes when you wear it after a while, it gets really comfortable. You really feel comfortable. When you put new clothes, you have to wear into it. And sometimes you get worn into this clothes and now you don't want to give it up. We get attached to the body. We get so accustomed. Right? So the body, sometimes it's given up when it's very old. Sometimes youth, sometimes young age, sometimes... One child came out of the womb of the mother. Didn't even come outside and died. One came out of the womb, cried and died. One lived to be 1 day. One lived to be 1 year. Every day we see people dying in their childhood, in their youth, in the middle age. We have to leave this body in which time? Like changing clothes. There's a question that was asked by a Yaksh to Yudhishthir in Mahabharata. Gita is also from Mahabharata. Once a Yaksh asked Yudhishthir 60 questions. And the first question was, Kim Ashcharyam? What is the most surprising thing in the world? इस संसार में सबसे ताज्जुब बात क्या है? What is the most surprising thing in the world? And Yudhishthira answered and said, Ahanyahani bhutani gachanti hayamalayam sheshasthidatva michanti kimarshajamataha param. Mahabharata. Yudhishthira answered the Yaksh and said, every day, every moment we see death, we see people die. This person is healthy. So healthy, he's going to the gym every day. Eating healthy food. He lived such a healthy life and died. Suddenly he got a heart attack and died. Ooh, really? And one person is so sick, they're in the hospital almost every day and they're still living. We see death all the time. The surprising thing is that we don't think I will have to die also. The most surprising thing, nobody thinks I will have to go, and when, we don't know. So, but that's not us. That is the body, the body. So just as we change clothes in the world, we change bodies. And in the world you have a wardrobe. A lady may have a wardrobe, or man also. Some men love to buy clothes. You have a wardrobe filled with saris, dresses, maybe how much? 20, 50, 100? Bas. That's all. 8.4 million types of clothes. That's the kind of amount of clothes the soul changes. Can you imagine? 8.4 million. You like to change clothes? Yeah, he will change plenty. We have been changing from uncountable lifetime. It's a nature. We like to change. We don't like wanting all the time. If every day somebody were to cook baigan and give you okra every day, what's going to happen? Suddenly you will, even if no matter how much you like okra, bhindi, pumpkin, or you like baigan, or whatever you like, if you get it every day, oh God, I'm going to vomit. I can't eat this thing anymore. We like change. It's a nature. We love change. In the same way. So the soul, what's what we do? We just change clothes. The soul keeps rotating and is all due to the action. Whatever action you perform, people ask, which form I'm going to take after I die, where I'm going to go, it's all determined by your action. What you do now while you're alive, that will determine what happens, where you're going to go. Where you're going to go and which form you're going to take. It's all due to our action. Nothing is fixed that, oh, when somebody die like this will happen. Nothing is fixed. It's all due to our karma. It's very important. Again, Shri Krishna goes on. Nainam chindanti shastani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam klirayantyapu, na shoshayati marutah, achedyo yamadahyoya, makledyo shosha evacha, nityah sarvarasthanur chaloyam sanatanaha. Chapter 2, verse 23 and 24, Gita. In essence, these two verses from Gita is saying, the soul is indestructible. Nainam chindanti shastrani, shastra. No weapon can cut the soul. न काट नहीं सकती. नैनम चिन्नति शस्त्राणि, नैनम दहति पावकः. No pavak, fire, can burn it. Dahati nahi, cannot burn it. Na shoshati marutah, na klirayanti apo. Apo means water. Apaha, water cannot wet it. Marut, the wind cannot dry it. Nityaha, it is everlasting, eternal, indestructible. Sanatan, rachaloyam sanatanaha. It is, this word sanatan is very important. Very, very important. Shri Krishna says later on in the Gita, Mama evansho jivaloke jiva bhutah sanatanaha. Chapter 15, verse 7, Gita. Shri Krishna says the Jivatma, the individual souls, we people, are eternal, sanatan, eternal fractions of Shri Krishna. So it is eternal. Never had a beginning, will never have an end. Understand this. Knowing this, Arjun, why do you grieve? You should not grieve. Have this knowledge. The one who has this knowledge, avyaktoya machintyoya mavikaryoya muchyate tasmadeham vidityainam nanushochitu marhasi. Chapter 2, verse 25. And so this verse concludes this knowledge. What knowledge? Knowing that soul you can't see. You know, many people have tried experiments. Many scientists, people have tried all kinds of experiments. They have put cameras, they have put the best camera. That when someone dies, to visualize, to see the soul that is leaving. You cannot see it. There's no instrument in this material world that can see the soul. Why? Because it's divine. To see divine, you have to have a divine instrument. So it is, she made it very clear here, it is invisible, avyakta. It cannot be seen. It is inconceivable, cannot be thought about with our material mind. And it is immutable. Again, indestructible. Knowing this, you should not grieve. No one is going to die. Who is going to die? They already died. They have died already. Their death is already there. Whoever is going to die in this war, it has already been. The moment you're going to die, how we will die, when we will die. This is very clear. Ayuh karma cha vittam cha vidya nidhanam eva cha panchaitan siddhyante garbhastasyaiva dehina hitopadesh. The scriptures make it very clear. Ayu, duration of life. How long we live for. Karma, what kind of interest we'll have. Our interest in life. What do we want to be? Whether you want to be a teacher, a doctor, an engineer, a garbage man, a loafer. Vit means wealth. How much wealth will come to you easily? Because I have given dan, charity in my past life. Understand. Where do we get wealth from? When you give dan, charity. Dan is so important. Shri Krishna in the 17th chapter talks a lot about dan and the importance of dan in Gita. We don't want to give. We are supposed to, according to Manu Smriti and other scriptures, we are supposed to give at least 10% of our earning in charity, in dan. This is a debt we owe to Bhagavan. Ye ek rin hai. When we do not give that, you know the word nimakharam? You've heard that word? The correct word is really namakharam, but we've made it down a little bit. Nimakharam means a person is ungrateful. One who does not fulfill their debt. We owe that debt. So much things Bhagavan is given to us so free. And yet, he says for that, give me back just 10%. And we don't give it. Then you're going to suffer. Besides having to go to hell, etc. The punishment for not giving dan, charity, in the next life, when you get human birth, you'll be born very poor. Very poor. Don't blame anyone. Oh, that guy is so rich and he has so much. Yes, bhaiya, he gave a lot of dan, charity in his past life. He's not utilizing it in the right way now. He'll get the fruit of that. Do not look at anyone. If I don't have, it means I didn't give. Main idea. And also I have the opportunity now and still I'm not giving. 10% is not how much you give, but how much you can give. Understand? 10%. If all I have in the end of the month and I get paid is I have $100, 10% is $10. If at the end of the month my pay, the amount I have is $1,000, then 10% is $100. So it's how much you can give, not what you give. The guy who is supposed to give 100 is saying, he's given 10, so I'm going to give 10 also. You'll get punishment. Yatha Shakti. According to how much you can give. So if you have little, give little. Everybody can give something. Do dan, do charity. So, knowing this, Arjun, perform the right action. You'll get the fruits accordingly. Do not grieve, knowing that the soul is indestructible. Surrender yourself to the lotus feet of the Lord. Take shelter in Bhagavan. A beautiful bhajan. A devotee saying, Hey Shri Krishna, please take this boat of mine. This boat, please take me across this ocean. It's a very bad ocean. It's a very, very bad, dangerous ocean. It's a par laga do. Take me across. Up till now you have taken care of me. The Lord is taking care. We don't know how much care He's taken. And please continue to take care of me as I go across, as you take me across. It is possible that in this jhanjat of this maya, in this delusion of this world, in this jhanjat, I have forgotten you. We forget Bhagwan. We get so lost in this world, we forget Bhagwan. We don't have time for Him. But oh Lord, don't you forget me also. The Lord never forgets us. We may forget Him, but He doesn't forget us. This Maya has a very big army. Dalabal. A very powerful army. Greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust. This is the army of Maya. And it's surrounding us and giving us no peace. And oh Lord, you're looking on. You're looking on this army, Maya and this army. Please come quickly and free me from this Maya and this army. If you're my Lord, then I'm your pujari, I'm your worshipper. If you're a worshipper, the worshipable, I'm your worshipper. My Lord, if this is true, then please come. Let me see that. I am your worshipper. If I'm a true devotee, take shelter in the Lord. Very beautiful bhajan. We sing.
भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना, अब तक तो निभाया है, आगे भी निभा देना। भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना, अब तक तो निभाया है, आगे भी निभा देना। संभव है झंझट में मैं तुमको भूल जाऊं, पर नात कही तुम भी मुझको न भुला देना। भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार देना, अब तक तो निभाया है, आगे भी निभा देना। दल बल के साथ माया गेरे मुझ जो आकर, दल बल साथ माया गेरे मुझको आकर, तब देखते नहीं रहना, झट आके छुरा देना। तब देखते ना रहना, झट आके छुरा देना। भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना, अब तक तो निभाया है, आगे भी निभा देना। तुम इष्ट में उपासक, तुम पूज मैं पुजारी, तुम इष्ट में उपासक, तुम पूज मैं पुजारी। यदि सत्य है तो स्वामी, सच करके दिखा देना। यदि सत्य तो है स्वामी सच करके दिखा देना। भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना। अब तक तो निभाया है, आगे भी निभा देना। भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना। अब तक तो निभाया है, आगे भी निभा देना। आगे भी निभा देना। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय।
And so devotees, I think I'll bring an end to the katha here this morning. It was a great pleasure joining with Pandit Satyananda Maharaj, and we also have visiting with us Pandit Chetra Maharaj from New York, from Shama Sham Dham. It was a pleasure being with Pandit Satyananda Maharaj ji and his devotees, his Dharam-Patni Vandana ji, and the whole family, and so many devotees. I was told that there was a couple here who have been serving this, been in the seva of Bhagwan for 150 years combined. So much service to Bhagwan. This is important. Our life should be one of seva. Seva. Service to the Lord. This is the most important thing of this human birth we have, to be in the service of Bhagwan. So it's a great pleasure being with all of you as this yajna is being brought to a close. You've been worshipping, you've been observing the Ganesh Chaturthi yajna for 11 days, and you performed the Visarjan, I think last night. And so this was the conclusion with the Gita Paath of the yajna. The blessings go out to each and every one. And at this point, I think we will go into Gita Arti. Panditji, we'll go into Arti and then we'll go from there. We can take this off a little bit because the Arti will, or just turn it that way. Yeah. Just kind of turn it that way, yeah. Oh, we'll have a couple bhajans, etc. later on, but first we'll go into Arti. We'll complete this part of the program, and then we do have Bhai Hardat ji and what's the name? Shabu ji, haan. And we'll have a couple bhajans from them afterwards. But first, we'll all stand for Arti. We'll be performing Gita Arti. Arti of the Gita. And leave it. We'll be doing the Gita Arti.
Hari Om. Om Sajam Chavarti Sanyuktam Bahnayojitam Maya Deepam Grahana Devesha Tailokati Mirapaham. ओम जय भगवद गीते मैया जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल बिहार